Have you ever wondered how you could learn Python fast? Well, let's delve into that. Python, a high-level interpreted programming language, is known for its simplicity and readability. It's like the Swiss Army knife of coding, versatile and powerful. It's used by tech giants like Google and NASA, and it's a staple in the toolkits of data analysts, web developers, and artificial intelligence engineers. Python's syntax is clean and easy to understand, making it a great choice for beginners and seasoned programmers alike. Its wide range of applications makes it a highly sought-after skill in various industries. From building dynamic websites to analyzing large data sets, and even developing artificial intelligence systems, Python is there, making it happen. This language doesn't just open doors to exciting career opportunities, but it also pushes the boundaries of what's possible in technology. So if you're eager to learn Python quickly, stay tuned as I guide you through a step-by-step process. To start with, understanding Python basics is crucial. Think of it like learning to play a musical instrument. You wouldn't try to play a symphony before mastering your scales, would you? Python, like any programming language, has a specific syntax, the set of rules that dictate how programs written in that language must be structured. Syntax is the first thing you'll need to grasp, and it's pretty straightforward in Python. It's one of the reasons Python is beloved by beginners and experts alike. It's clean, easy to read, and intuitive. Next up, we have variables. Variables are like the containers of programming. They hold the data we want to manipulate. In Python, assigning a value to a variable is as simple as writing the variable name, an equal sign, and the value. No need for complex declarations or specifying data types. Python handles that for you. Speaking of data types, Python has several built-in ones. There's integers for whole numbers, floats for decimal numbers, strings for text, and booleans for true or false values. There's also more complex types like lists, tuples, and dictionaries, but we'll get into those later. Now, on to operators. Operators are the symbols that perform operations on our variables. We have arithmetic operators for mathematical operations, comparison operators to compare values, and logical operators to combine or negate conditions. If you've ever used a calculator or made a logical argument, you've used operators. But here's the thing about learning all these basics. You have to practice. You wouldn't expect to remember a new language after hearing it once, right? The same is true for Python. Practice writing code, make mistakes, debug your code, and learn from it. Don't just passively watch tutorials, get your hands dirty with coding. Remember, strong foundations will make the learning process much easier and faster. You wouldn't build a house without first laying a solid foundation, would you? The same is true for your Python journey. Master the basics, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a Python pro. What makes Python even more powerful are the numerous libraries it provides. Now, when we talk about Python libraries, we're referring to pre-written code that you can use to perform common tasks. These libraries act as tools, making your coding process smoother and significantly more efficient. Let's take a brief look at some of the most popular ones. First up, we have NumPy. Short for Numerical Python, NumPy is the go-to library for mathematical and logical operations on large, multi-dimensional arrays and matrices. It's a powerhouse for tasks requiring numerical computations. Next, we have Pandas. If data manipulation and analysis are your game, Pandas is your best player. It provides data structures and functions needed to manipulate structured data. It's like a Swiss Army knife for data analysis. Then, there's Matplotlib. This is the plotting library of Python. It's a versatile tool that can generate line plots, scatter plots, bar charts, histograms, and much more with just a few lines of code. It's an artist's palette for data visualization. Let's not forget SciPy. Built on NumPy, SciPy is used for scientific and technical computing. It's filled with modules for optimization, linear algebra, integration, interpolation, and other science and engineering tasks. And lastly, we have TensorFlow and PyTorch. These libraries are the darlings of the machine learning world. They provide a platform to design, build, and train deep learning models. These libraries are incredibly robust and versatile, but they are also user-friendly. They simplify complex tasks, enabling you to accomplish more with less code. Whether it's crunching numbers with NumPy, analyzing data with Pandas, creating stunning visualizations with Matplotlib, solving scientific problems with SciPy, or diving into deep learning with TensorFlow and PyTorch, Python libraries have got you covered. Understanding these libraries will not only speed up your learning curve, but also make you a proficient Python programmer. So, ready to dive deeper into the world of Python? Now that you've got a hang of Python basics and libraries, it's time to put them into practice. This is where the rubber meets the road in your Python learning journey. So what kind of projects can you start with? Here are some suggestions. Firstly, you can try building a simple calculator. This will help you understand how Python handles arithmetic operations and user inputs. You can start with basic functions like addition and subtraction, and gradually add more complex operations like exponentiation and square roots. Another interesting project is a text-based adventure game. You will learn how to use data structures to store game states and control structures to handle user choices. Plus, it's a lot of fun to create your own world and see it come to life through your code. For those of you who are interested in data analysis, you can work on a project that involves web scraping. With the help of Python libraries like Beautiful Soup and Pandas, you can extract data from web pages and analyze it to find useful insights. If you're more into visual arts, how about creating a digital art generator? By manipulating pixels with the Pillow library, you can generate beautiful and unique artworks. These projects are not only fun, but also incredibly rewarding. As you work on them, you will encounter challenges that require you to think critically and creatively. You will learn how to debug your code, optimize your algorithms, and maybe even invent your own solutions. But most importantly, these projects will give you a sense of accomplishment. Every time you run your program and it works as expected, you will feel a surge of excitement. It's this feeling that makes programming so addictive and enjoyable. So, don't wait any longer. Choose a project that interests you and start coding. It doesn't matter if your code isn't perfect or your program isn't the most efficient. What matters is that you're learning and improving. Remember, the more you program, the better you get, so start coding now. Learning doesn't have to be a solitary journey. Joining a Python community can accelerate your learning. Imagine being part of a dynamic network where everyone speaks your language, Python. You can find such a network in Python communities, forums, or groups. They are teeming with individuals who share a common passion for Python, from beginners to seasoned professionals. These communities are a treasure trove of knowledge. Got a question about a tricky piece of code? Ask away. Stumbled upon a fascinating Python library you want to share? Go ahead. You'll find that the best way to learn is by doing and by sharing what you've learned with others. But it's not just about taking from the community. Contributing to it is equally rewarding. Share your projects, answer queries, or even just participate in discussions. You'll find that you learn a lot from teaching others. So don't hesitate to become part of a Python community and enhance your learning. Scene script. Last but not least, consistency and patience are key to learning Python fast. Let's talk about consistency first. Imagine you're building a wall. Each brick you lay is a new piece of knowledge, a new Python command or function you've learned. If you lay one brick every day, over time, you'll have a sturdy and solid wall. However, if you lay a brick today, then skip a few days, and then lay another, your wall won't be as strong. It's the same with learning Python or any other programming language. Each day of practice, each line of code you write, strengthens your understanding and proficiency. Consistency is about making Python a part of your daily routine. It doesn't have to be an hours-long study session. Even 15 minutes every day can make a significant difference in the long run. Consistency ensures that your skills remain sharp and the knowledge you've gained doesn't fade away. Now let's move on to patience. We live in an era of instant gratification. We want to see results immediately, but learning a programming language is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time to grasp concepts, to understand how different functions interact, and to write code that works. So you need to be patient with yourself. Don't get frustrated if you don't understand a concept immediately or if your code doesn't work the first time. Instead, see these as opportunities to learn and grow. Remember, every programmer, no matter how experienced, was once a beginner. They've all had their moments of confusion and frustration, but with patience, they were able to overcome these challenges, and so can you. In conclusion, if you want to learn Python fast, be consistent and patient. Make Python a part of your daily routine. Embrace challenges and use them as stepping stones to your success. With regular practice, patience, and determination, you'll become a proficient Python programmer in no time.